SADC's energy program is also about the issue of energy security, energy access. The tapping to natural resources in the region and sustainability are key pillars of the energy program to ensure that there is a least cost energy that is reliable and for all. And there are countries that are relying on hydropower or capacity of around 90%, and others where they rely also at 90% on fossil fuels. That means if that particular primary source of energy has challenge on it, that country faces the challenges. We saw it and witnessed in 2015 in Zimbabwe and Zambia. We witnessed it in 24-25 in Zambia. Now the share of the renewable energy as indicated is still low, 10%. Me and Ntlamelle, when you joined SADC institutions, we are still sitting at almost less than 1%. But now gradually, we saw intensive investment in the renewable energy, especially mega or utility scale solar power plants in the region. This has increased their capacity and their share in the region.
The objectives of this today's meeting. The first one, and perhaps the most important one, is the validation. The purpose of this meeting is actually to validate it, and provide sufficient input. We'll go back again on this one. The second one is, is that our region, has ample resources. So therefore, we have to make sure that we identify these resources as well as for identification of strategic opportunities, because we cannot do everything at all. There are strategic opportunities, that will contribute to increase energy access and to our energy security, as Kuda has mentioned in his opening remarks.
This framework provides important signals. The global energy transition, the continent's transition, the region's transition, domestic transitions, these are complex, involved, distributed processes, not just technology, not just institutional, not just political, not just financial. And it is really critical to send signals that help different actors to clarify, to position themselves within these dynamic, shifting, sometimes turbulent processes. And this document and the consensus that it articulates is a space in which those signals can be articulated, can be transmitted to different actors that will be required to play really important roles in the implementation of actions in the document.
The vision of this framework is to enhance universal access to sustainable energy by 2050. The reason we have chosen, or you have chosen, the 2050 timeframe is because it accords with the SADC Vision 2050. And I'll speak more about that and how we've embedded this in that particular SADC process and institutions. So we aim to ensure that every person in Southern Africa has reliable, affordable, and clean energy to power their lives, communities, and aspirations. On the mission, it is to guarantee equitable access to clean, affordable, and reliable energy for all, while empowering member states, strengthening regional cooperation, improving climate resilience through collaborative resource use, and advocating for a clean energy future.
When you talk about just energy transition, and especially we are having that discussion in Southern Africa, that is where the issues are most acute and most sensitive. And the framework was trying to balance between the system moving forward, integrating sustainability, while also recognizing some of the concerns and endowments countries have. And the African Common Position on Just Energy Transition was trying to do that as well. And my reading of the framework was that particular principle in common position was already adopted and integrated in the current framework. Perhaps subsequently some of the discussion and the way renewables are introduced may not have given that impression as suggested, and that can be looked at.